Good morning to everyone. Now we are going to present our study project on impact of nutritional counseling on body mass index and hemoglobin percentage in the students of Government Degree College for Women Nalgonda. These are my co-participants in this study project. Our project includes these components. In that, first one, introduction. When coming to introduction, iron deficiency anemia has emerged as the major public health issue in developed and developing countries. According to World Health Organization, 29% of all women of reproductive age group are diagnosed to have anemia. In that, 95% of anemia cases are associated with poor diet intake, despite in fact that iron is the second most abundant metal in the earth crust. The primary aim of this project to estimate the impact of nutritional counseling on body mass index and prevalence of anemia by using hemoglobin levels in female students undergraduate colleges. These are the objectives of our project. Firstly, to determine the hemoglobin levels by Sahli's method before and after nutritional counseling. Next, to calculate the individual body mass index before and after nutritional counseling. To assess the nutritional knowledge by knowledge, attitude, practice, score, KAP score. Finally, to improve the nutritional knowledge, attitude, practices by providing the proper nutritional counseling. And the next part of our project will be continued by Divya.
Coming to materials and methods, this study was a quasi-experimental research study with pre- and post-test design which was performed during October to December 2021. 150 female adolescents of Government Degree College for Women Nalgonda were incorporated in this study. Standardized KAP questionnaire was developed from FAO guidelines upon IDA. Hemoglobin levels were determined in the laboratory by Sahli's method and the classification of anemia was made according to WHO guidelines before and after nutritional counseling. The body mass index was measured and the subjects were classified on the basis of BMI given by WHO before and after nutritional counseling. Next, results and discussion. A structured KAP questionnaire with 15 multiple choice questions were developed from FAO to assess the nutritional knowledge of the subjects. And these 15 questions were divided into 3 levels like knowledge level, attitude level and practice level. Regarding knowledge, 80.367% of the students have an adequate overall knowledge. 60% of the students have a healthy practice towards IDA. Regarding perception, 80.2% of the students have a good perception towards IDA. Next part of the project will be continued by Shrija.
The second objective of a project is to calculate individual BMI before and after nutritional counseling. The body mass index was measured using standard formula kilograms by meter square, and the subjects are classified on the basis of BMI classification which is given by World Health Organization in 2005. This table shows the classification of body weight based on the BMI given by WHO. If the BMI is less than or equal to 18.49, those are considered as underweight. If it is above 30, those are considered as obese. This graph depicts the number of students and percentage of students before and after nutritional counseling. Before counseling, 47.3% of students were underweight. After counseling, it is decreased to 32.6%. Similarly, before counseling, 66% of students are overweight and it is decreased to 5.3 after counseling, and 3.3% of students are obese before counseling, and after counseling it is decreased to 2.6%. Meanwhile, normal weight has been increased to 42.6 to 59.3%. The next part of the project will be continued by Tejaswi.
Coming to the next objective, hematological profile. On the basis of hemoglobin levels, the subjects were categorized according to the World Health Organization in 2011. This table shows hemoglobin levels to diagnose anemia at the C level. When 12 or higher than 12, it is called non-anemic condition, and when it is lower than 8, it is called severe anemia. 8 to 10.9, it is called moderate anemia, and 11 to 11.9, it is called mild anemia. Coming to this graph shows the percentage of the students before counseling and the percentage of the students after counseling. When we look at the severe and moderate, before counseling it was 7.3 and 52.7, but after the counseling it has been gradually decreased to 3.3 and 24.7. When we look at the mild and non-anemic conditions, Before counseling it was 21.3 and after counseling it was 42, and 18.7 before counseling of non-anemia and after counseling it was 45. Our project will be concluded by Asma.
So far we have discussed about the various process and procedures through which we have calculated the BMI and the blood hemoglobin levels of the students. And the result of this project indicates that there is inadequate consumption of protein, iron, niacin, vitamin C, B12 and other type of nutrients in the diet of the students. As a result, the BMI and the blood hemoglobin levels of the students was lower than the normal value. Although, after the study, we have observed that the BMI and the blood hemoglobin levels of the students was significantly improved, and the nutritional counseling was important at the school and colleges level because we have observed that nearly 81.33% of students were categorized as anemic and nearly 37.33% of students were categorized as underweight. So the result of this present study clearly shows that there is a need of health education at school and colleges level. And we would like to acknowledge Dr. Ghanshyam Garu, who is principal of this college, and Naresh sir, who is the mentor of this project. And we have used the following references in our study project. And we would like to thank on behalf of our college for giving us this opportunity.